Ready for the first line? Welcome to Roll For It. Roll For It started as a bite-sized D&D podcast. Each episode, the cast rolled a D100 to decide which monster on our monster list they'd be encountering. The episodes are all less than an hour long, amped up with music and sound effects, and you can listen to those episodes anywhere that you listen to podcasts. There's 3 seasons out right now and 3 bonus adventures that correlate with them. Each of our first 3 seasons introduced a new trio of adventurers. Today, we are continuing the story live where Season 1 left off, and the bonus series, 21 Mumps Street, also. I'm Jake. I am the Dungeon Master, and I'm very excited to welcome back 2 members of the original cast from forever ago when we first started in Season 1. That's going to be Amy and Kyle. And I'm also very excited to welcome our special guest, Sean, who is literally a D&D visionary and somebody I'm thrilled to play some games with. I've never played with Sean before, so this is going to be a brand new thing, a whole new world for all of us. Welcome to all 3 of you amazing cast, and welcome to everybody who's tuning in to the show. And now, if you guys want to introduce yourselves as human people, I guess let's start with Sean.
Okay. I guess if I have to be a human person, I'll start. Hello everyone. I'm Sean. I've been playing D&D for a really long time, probably like 10 years or so, but I've been probably playing role-playing games for maybe even longer, maybe 18 years. I currently run a small business where we teach skills like social skills and communication and critical thinking through D&D. So I'm really excited to join this podcast. I've been listening to it for a long time, so I'm just really excited to be able to play with you guys. So thank you for having me.
Woo! And Kyle?
Hi, I'm Kyle. It's very surreal to be here. It's been over 2 years since I was Mumps, and we started as, I don't know, like 5 years ago?
A long time.
Wow.
Yeah. We had it sitting before we published for a little while. Back in the day. All huddled around the table in Chicago.
Wild to be in the same room doing D&D. That doesn't happen anymore.
Wasn't it? For real? Wasn't it like an old mixer that you picked up at a thrift store as well that you were recording on, Jake?
It was this mixer that I'm currently recording myself on, actually. That's what we were using.
And we all had our like little color-coded mics, and yeah.
We carried that over into the LA seasons also. We keep the color code going.
Yeah, just sitting around eating Jack's pizza and talking about nothing.
Kyle, did you want to tell us who you are as a human?
You know, if I knew, I'd tell you. But wow, I don't know. Yeah, I'm based here in Chicago, as you can see behind me, and
beautiful.
I'm an actor, improviser, person. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and now I'm here with you, and it's great. Good times.
Welcome. And Amy?
Sorry, I was muted. Hi, everyone. I'm Amy. I am also based in Chicago, and I am a producer and production manager for a company called Full Spectrum Features, where I get to make movies, which is pretty cool. And that's what I've been doing.
Sweet. And I already said I'm the Dungeon Master. I think that's all we need to know about me.
Oh, I see how it is. So you put that on us, but you don't have to do it. Okay. Okay.
I'm living in LA. I'm also producing stuff movie-wise and dungeon mastering when I can. So welcome, everybody. And thank you again. Thank you so much, Sean, Kyle, and Amy, for taking the time out of your week to come and play some D&D with us.
Anytime.
Woo!
Yeah.
I wanted to extend this welcome to everybody in the chat. Thank you to our past and present Roll For It listeners. to our former patrons on Patreon, to our future Twitch subscribers and current Twitch subscribers. Please send us all your messages. As you see in our little thingy here, we have options to like ask questions to the cast, which we'll answer at halftime. So feel free to do that. And if everybody's ready, we can do a recap of where we left off.
Do you have a clip show for us?
I don't think I do, but I should. Next week. We'll have that next week. I just have me. I'm the recap. I just have a Google Doc. All right. Previously on Roll For It. About 3 years ago, a royal wedding was set to take place in the Feywild, a mystical plane that mirrors the slightly less magical material world. Princess Vaelette, however, fled the wedding with the help of 2 people. 1. Havalar, Vaelette's personal bodyguard, a dragonborn barbarian with suppressed rage issues, usually suppressed rage issues, and magic powers from ancestors she knows nothing about. 2. Mumps, a lute-playing halfling who excels at 2 things: music and friendship. Other than these 2 things, Mumps is a big old dummy in a little body. And of course, Mumps' beloved mule Durbin, who after a recent near-death / actual death experience, now has a clockwork hind leg that kicks like a mule, but with a metal leg. Mumps, Havalar, and Vaelette became stranded when Castle Viahara completely vanished from the Feywild. After many adventures, the gang found the castle at its current location in the material plane, and Vaelette took her place as queen with the support of her father, the king. For the full story, which also included a profession of love from Princess Vaelette to her good friend and bodyguard Havalar, check out Season 1 and 21 Mumps Street, available everywhere you get your podcasts. We have links right there. That's how you find us. And I think if somebody puts like a !pod in the chat, it'll come up with some info. But I don't actually know how that works too well. But experiment with it. Try it out. And if it doesn't work, it's not our fault. We're working on it. We're trying our best. So, also, just wanted to say real quick, because I saw you guys silently laughing. Unmute for your laughs, because if I don't hear those, I just feel really,
You got
For
it.
those of you who were paying close attention, mine was not muted. I was just being a professional.
Oh, okay. You were just pretending to mute like a professional would do.
Hey, Kyle, you got something on your nose right here. You got just a little bit of.
Right? A little bit of- Oh, we're back.
That's the recap. I think that'll do for us to proceed, if you guys are ready.
I was born ready.
I was ready shortly after that.
All right. We begin. Oh, Sean is a character, by the way, in case it's not clear, that nobody knows yet. So don't worry about Sean.
I'm just here for the laughs, just to provide the laugh track.
Sean
Yeah,
is the-
I'm the
yeah.
laughing. I'm the laugh track. This is true.
Perfect. We begin with Mumps and Havalar. It has been 6 months since your last big adventure, where you had the haunting experience of almost losing Durbin for good. Since then, a lot has happened back at Castle Viahara. Princess Vaelette has officially been crowned as the Queen or Shaire of Viahara. With that, feasts and balls and meetings with the nobility of the northern region of the continent have all been overseen by both of you, Mumps and Havalar. Havalar as the head of the royal guard, and Mumps as the lead bard and entertainment consultant. Vaelette has really risen to the responsibilities of her status with the help of her father, the king, and her council. Party! Yeah! Sorry, I had to stop because we have Mumps' voice going crazy every time somebody follows us, and it's jarring. It's jarring. It's good.
I'm
It's
a
good.
soundbite now?
Yes, it says party, yeah. Thank you for
That's
the follow.
what the squealing that we were talking about earlier.
I'll try not to get too distracted by that. But that said, please chat. Feel free to try and distract me with that as much
At
as you want to.
halftime, everyone's gonna take off their headphones. There's gonna be blood pooling out.
Yeah. Vaelette has risen to the responsibilities of her status with the help of her father. Viahara and its surrounding areas are now an officially recognized kingdom in the material plane, a home that the elves have come to embrace over the last 3 years. Give me just 1 second. Amy, I just muted your bird. Just temporarily. Amy has a bird. I forget his name, but he's awesome. I think it's Gus.
His name is Gus. He should be going to bed promptly at 8 p.m.
Okay.
So that should be soon.
Okay. No worries. The material plane, the new home of Castle Viahara, is somewhere the elves have begun to embrace. And Havalar, you and Vaelette sense the professional love and a little bit of awkwardness, probably a lot of awkwardness, that was around the events of 21 Mumps Street and before and after. You two have worked closely together the last few months to ensure the kingdom's affairs run smoothly. In that time, you've discussed your relationship and have agreed upon the importance of your friendship above all else. Romance between you is not necessarily impossible, but it's just not possible right now. Still, things can be tense outside of your professional relationship. Ultimately, for the both of you, it has been a very productive, highly stressful, but relatively cheerful few months at Castle Viahara. And the two of you are taking some much-needed time off with your monthly trip to your favorite spa resort in the nearby city of Lexington. You both lie face down, receiving the final few pats of a couple's massage at Relaxington Hot Stone Spa.
Coupon was worth every penny.
Mumps, I didn't expect you to join me on this massage.
I would
In
have
hindsight.
it any other way.
I might have had it another way, but I'm very glad you're here, though. I'm very glad you're here. We needed some time to just be ourselves and figure out who we really want to be. You know, I've done so well at the castle, and now what?
What do you mean now? What? It's like we're here. We're doing the thing. Like I don't know. We just grow old and die. We do the thing, right? This is the thing. What do you mean? What's next?
And Havalar has drifted off, like just in her own head. She can vaguely hear Mumps talking, but now it's just like blah, 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 like the Peanuts teachers.
All of a sudden, through the little hole in the little massage table, she just sees, hello. I need clarification here.
This is not relaxing, Mumps. This is not doing what we paid these nice people to do. It's causing my blood pressure to go up, not down. You're very close.
Your medication.
I don't want to talk to you about my medication, Mumps.
Sorry, I didn't know that was personal.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. And I lean up to the massagers and like, about him, Mumps, this man wants to massage you. Can you please allow him to finish and go back to your...
Well, actually, and there's two masseuses. There's, and you guys have used these masseuses before, I think, on your other trips. Yeah, and one of them, of course, the man is mute, so he just kind of like shrugs and nods. And the woman, Liza, says, "Actually, we have just finished, so you two are welcome to take your time gathering your belongings and." You're all settled with the front desk, so whenever you're ready, just,
Thanks,
Just
guys.
leave.
Here's a gold piece for each of you. Nice big tip. Great stuff as usual. So sorry
Yes.
about the whole scales making your hands hurt thing. She can't help it.
No,
Mumps.
we have many Dragonborn clientele through here. It's part of the job. And she's just like
Thank you.
bandaging up her palms.
Oh god.
Now Havalar's horribly embarrassed. And I get up and I get dressed and I quickly leave the room.
Thanks, guys. Bye. See you later. Namaste. Okay, bye. Just runs right out after Havalar.
What does his
Alright.
feet sound like when you run after Havalar?
I would imagine something like this if the mic can pick it up.
We can't, but I think that's probably the point.
It's exactly like that. Yeah.
Something like this.
Something like this.
Like a tiny dog that's like being walked with a big dog, just like trying to.
Yeah.
So you guys head out. You are on the light side of Lexington. Lexington is a city that's halfway built into the side of a mountain. And this spa resort, Relaxington Hot Stone Spa, is found in kind of the uppity rich people side of the city. However, on the dark side of Lexington is a newly completed tunnel which leads you back to the path towards Castle Viahara. So you guys are reaching the end of your little weekend vacation, and you're going to have to be heading home soon. I think that each of you have already visited a couple of your friends in town. So if you recall, you both have a handful of items from the Fuck It Bucket, which was a bucket of miscellaneous drugs and hallucinogens and other items from a friend of yours who I think was named Ellen.
Yeah. No.
The
Ellen.
whole time I did not know if it was Alan or Ellen, and I still don't know to this day. It is years later.
You
I have
still
no
don't.
idea.
Mumps doesn't either. Mumps doesn't either.
Because I feel like we're all saying different things in this series. Some say Alan, some say Ellen.
I definitely heard both while I was listening. So yeah.
I think it
I feel like
changes.
Ellen?
It's one of those.
Ellen
changing
is what I
names.
remember. Like, yeah, I think so. I think we just call this person whatever we want at this point.
I don't think they're gonna care
Ellen.
really.
They just
Ellen.
keep on giving you stuff from the bucket. These are drugs for the chat who's just with us today. And so
Drugs.
that when you try them out, Ellen just asks that you take notes on the effects because he's lost track at this
It's
point.
fair.
Yeah, research.
So, where to next?
Well, Mom, should I pick up an instrument?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we find like a really good carpenter, they can make some instrument big enough for them big old claws you got there. I think we can find something. Yeah.
They're good for plucking these claws, I imagine. A guitar, perhaps, or a ukulele. Big dragon, small instrument.
Yeah, I think that could go over really well with the crowds. I'm just trying to think of any metal strong enough to withstand the claws. Plucking.
Surely there's someone here we can talk to. Let's look around.
Havalar's search for an instrument was not something I expected, but is something that I'm very happy to know. That's been on Havalar's mind. I think I could play it. I think I could play an instrument.
She needs a hobby. She's looking for, she's been slashing and sword fighting for so long. Perhaps getting in touch with her gentler side.
Sure.
And just at that moment, let's say we pass a store. It sells musical instruments. Mom says, Havalar, oh my God. Look. And in the window is a brand new banjo.
Ooh.
A banjo, eh? I was hoping for something a little cooler.
Oh, cool. You think banjos are cool?
Hold on. Does somebody here think banjos are not cool? Who said that?
She
You're
did.
looking at this banjo in the.
guy. The small man, the small halfling, thinks that banjos are stupid.
Well, look here, sir. You clearly are not a lover of music or someone who knows the way that this dragon lady knows what cool is. You can just tell by the coolness, by the little bits of frost on her scales that she knows what cool is. And she knows that this banjo in particular is the coolest one on the market.
Yeah,
On
she's
the
so
market.
cool. She's so cool. She's gonna buy it right now. She was just telling me, and I was saying no, don't do it. But she wouldn't take no for an answer. She's gonna buy it right now. That's how cool she is.
I was getting the same exact vibes as you were getting. What are your
Oh.
names?
Well, I am Havalar, the Dragonborn.
Hmm.
No, that's it.
That's
Yeah, there's no like special title after that because she's not, part of a super cool band with her halfling friend who knows music
Commander
well.
of the army of Castle Viahara. Thank you. Just, thought
Oh, wow.
maybe someone had heard of me.
So you two are very important around these parts then. Yeah, we've been hearing a lot about Viahara lately.
Indeed. See,
And
he has heard.
Important people play important instruments. I've come to learn that in my time as a banjo salesman.
Do you
I
sell
am-
anything else besides banjos?
Oh, yes, of course. We have all kinds of things. I just really had a good feeling about this banjo. But come on in. Come take a look at the rest of the wares.
Oh, thank you.
This is there's a combination of used and brand new instruments of all types scattered all through the walls. You guys have just basically crossed 2 steps into the shadowy side of Lexington, just under the shade of the mountain. And you head into this building. What are you looking for?
I like to think that when we open the door, instead of a little bell going ding ding, you hear a banjo go ding 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 ding.
Well, it's actually just strums the banjo that's right above the door. There's a little pick attached, and it plays a single chord. But yeah, that song is also being played. You ever walk into a guitar center back in the day and you just hear songs in every direction?
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of like that. It's an expansive room in here.
There's a lot of instruments in here. What about a nice lute? Something I can keep in my pocket that I can, call a horse with. I
Sure.
can train Fiona Kitty with the lute to come to me when I've called her.
You've never offered to carry my loot in your pocket. I lug it around on all our adventures. It gets in the way of half of our battles.
Why would I carry your stuff, Mumps? I'm not just gonna let you put things in my bag. What are we? Married?
Well, if we go over here to the lute section, you'll see a wide variety of sizes of the stringed instruments. They go all the way from lute, large lute, to medium-sized lute, to little lute, to ukulele lute. If you're looking for...
What's a lute? Is that a string instrument?
Yeah, a lute is like a guitar with this kind of neck. Are you looking for a flute, perhaps?
I'm looking for...
It's like a lute, but it
piccolo?
has an F at the beginning of it. Okay.
Oh, yes. Well, not a flute, like what Link from Zelda has.
An ocarina.
Ocarina.
of
Oh, wait,
time.
no.
We're very
bad,
familiar with
no.
Link from Zelda in this store.
Apparently.
What? Okay, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for one of those that has little tubes, and the tubes are of different descending order, if you will. It's like one tall one, and then
Piccolo?
it goes smaller,
Is
smaller.
that what that's called?
The pan flute.
Isn't it? Oh, a pan flute.
Pan flute.
I like
That should do
this.
it.
I want one pan flute. Please.
Perfect.
I think that's a little small. You think the bagpipes are probably more your size?
Bagpipes. Only it's for nerds.
Let me check you out there for that pan flute then. You got one that you like? What color would you like of the pan flute?
I would like an icy blue
Wonderful.
to match my vibe.
Okay. Perfect. That's gonna be 4 gold for that pan flute.
Here you are, good sir. And I
The
give
best
him
of the
4
best.
gold.
The best of the best pan flute. When you have people that ask you where you got that, you tell them you got that from Manjo, the banjo, Manjo.
Will do, Manjo.
Understood. Is there any warranty situation, insurance? I do a lot of battling, a lot of
What you're gonna want to
fighting.
do is keep that in a place that won't get struck by a weapon. So I recommend away from a battle.
Right.
Yeah.
What if the battles just end up coming to you?
Well, we can offer for one additional gold. I can give you 6 months, and you're covered for anything that happens. We'll
I'll
replace.
take it. I'll take it. I think that's a good investment.
All right, lovely.
The insurance is always a scam. Don't fall for that. Come on.
I hear that.
Ignore Mumps completely.
Thank you for the follow, Galaxy Fest. Hey guys, I have a quick question for you about Zoom. Can you hear me in both of your ears?
Yes.
Let me find out. Go ahead and
Okay.
say something.
Yeah.
Check, chickadee, check.
Yes.
Because it sounds like the chat maybe is only hearing me in one, so I'm just gonna change my thing real quick here. And
Hear you out of both my ears. Can you all hear my screaming neighbors?
No.
Wonderful. Great.
I think my
bizarre.
screaming bird went to sleep.
Right on time.
Oh yeah, your bird did go nice and sleepy right
Mhm.
away.
Someone say words. Saying
Sorry.
words.
We're just trying to work out the audio. So, folks who are just tuning in, welcome to Roll For It. Gosh, we're really excited to be here. This is our first adventure of the year, and it's our first adventure with these folks in many years. So we're just trying to make sure that all of our stuff is working on this first particular adventure on the technical side. So, Mumps, it's been requested that you say words, so
Let's
maybe
say
you should
words,
tell a
Mumps.
quick story while I see if I can adjust mine from mono to stereo.
I also sent you a
As
quick
in-
message on Zoom, Jake.
Okay,
Is it-
thank you.
I should say words.
Or Mumps should say words. Is there
Mumps.
something?
Mumps,
I
you
don't
should
know.
tell us a story about one of the parties that you've planned over the last few months.
All right. So get this, right? So Vaelette's dad was having this party, right? He's turning 175. It was gonna be a real big deal because everyone knows that 175 is the birthday of platinum, and everyone's got to get a platinum gift. And it's kind of hard to come by because we're out in like not the Feywilds, where like really rare metals are actually pretty common. And so you gotta go some digging. You gotta know the right person. You gotta have the connections. Where you gotta just get out in the mountain with your pickaxe and do the thing. But who's got the time and who's got the money and who's got the energies? It's really hard. And you know what? I got the hookup. I went footing around town. I hoofed it. I knocked on the doors and I said, "Hi, I'm from the castle and I need your platinum. Is that okay?" And if they said yes, I traded or bought it. And if they said, "No, thank you, get off of my stoop, you weird little man," I said, "Have a nice day. And don't ever let me catch you saying that again." And then, I threw a smash. It was a ball. We had like 1,000
All of that
guests.
is well and good.
It was really fun. And then also I wrote 15 new songs just for the evening. Only about 3 of them were real hits. The others, everyone said, were about 3 out of 5 stars. It didn't hurt my feelings that much because I did kind of rush them. I was so busy bringing the whole platinum thing. I probably should have delegated more. I'm still learning. I'm on the job.
And
I'm
this
finding
is
it. I'm finding
this
my
is
crew.
Mumps explaining this, probably not for the first time, to Havalar as you guys exit the instrument shop, right?
Yes, Mumps. I know that you want to handle things. It was a lot for you. I got it. You can ask me for help next time instead of doing this passive aggressive storytelling thing where you tell me the whole story and how bad it was for you and why wasn't I with you when they said get off my stoop, weird little man, so I could threaten them. I know that's what you wanted all along, but I needed you to ask me. Communication. We're working on that.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I mean, though really, I just wanted you to carry the platinum. It was really heavy.
That's fair. That's fair. You were very small. Very small.
All right,
Yeah.
I have one quick question. So now that you guys are heading, well, I guess I'm not sure if you guys are heading back in the Vihar direction. Um, is
Should we
there
pick up some
anything?
drugs
Oh, you've
before we
already
go?
got the drugs. The
We already
drugs
did
has
the
already,
drugs.
yeah.
Wait, we have the drugs or we did the drugs?
Very important
You have-
distinction.
So each of you have about a few. You each have a handful of drugs from the bucket in your pockets right now. You haven't done them yet.
Handful of drugs. I'm gonna write a song. My first song is going to be called "A Handful of Drugs"
On the pan flute,
on the pan flute.
Havalar on the pan flute.
Go for it. I think
But-
that's going to be a really sentimental instrumental.
Yes, I think we will get along. Me and this instrument. I'm admiring it as we walk down the street. Anything else you want to do, Mumps? I'm ready to go home, work on my music, perhaps.
No, yeah, I didn't have anything else blocked out for this day. It was just get a massage and maybe do drugs. Just a casual weekend.
Check and check.
Are you
Because we
guys-
haven't done the drugs yet.
Yeah, not yet. No, I don't know. I think we got to be in maybe a less public environment because I don't want to have a bad trip out here in public. That would be.
Hmm.
I don't want to end up in a river somewhere.
They are mystery drugs too, aren't they? They're just random drugs in a bucket.
Some
Yeah.
are uppers and some are downers and some are gonna kick you to next Tuesday. You never know.
Yeah, you can either draw one out of your pocket at random, or you can look at them and decide based on their appearance which one you'd like
Ooh.
to attempt.
What if we found a nice meadow
A nice
and relaxed
meadow.
in the meadow and tried one of the drugs, Mumps?
Yeah, I could be down for that. Find some sunshine, some tall grass, hold hands. Sounds good.
All right.
All grass for you are like trees.
All right. So you guys start to walk towards the path out of Lexington. And in the meantime, we're going to shift focus for a moment to a mysterious elf walking down a dark street in the dark side of Lexington, bioluminescent mushrooms lighting the path from either side. Sean, do you want to describe what your character Vesanir looks like?
Certainly. So, Vesanir is quite out of place here in the city. He's covered in animal furs, feathers, fangs. His hair is all a mess, covered in, various leaves and, would have blended him quite well with the forest, but in here he sticks out like a sore thumb. And he's covered in face paint, and he's looking around, not shiftily, but just definitely looking carefully at anyone who passes him by. Seems like he's searching for something or someone, but it's not really clear what.
Right. He's probably searching for the way through the city of Lexington because his destination is on the other side of it. And you have heard, Vesanir, that there is a shortcut through the dark side of Lexington that cuts through the mountain. But you've never been here before. So how would you go about finding the way? Are you just kind of observing? Are you listening, eavesdropping? Or are you asking strangers for
No, when I
directions?
heard about this shortcut, dark side of something, that sounds like something that sounds no problem for my elven tracking ability. After all, I was raised to be exploring the wilderness and the dark sides of the forest. But I do believe I'm quite lost here. Yes, I have no way of telling. There's no moss to tell me which direction to go to, or trees to let me know how far I am from the breaking point. To be honest, I'm not sure where to go next. I'm hoping I can find some clue, maybe some person that looks royal. I'm clearly not sure.
And so in that exact moment, you hear a voice that calls out to aid you. And it says, "Oi, you looking for the shortcut? It's through here."
He narrows his eyes, and he doubts the legitimacy of This person, can I make an insight check?
What, you don't like my voice? You don't trust me based on the fact that I'll have a low voice. What is it? And you turn, you see, yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
All right, first roll of the podcast. Woo! Uh-oh. All right, I got, let's see. Where are my stats? All right, so I have a 9 plus my insight. I am getting used to this app that you were showing me. So I am, there we go, perfect. So I rolled a 13.
Okay. So you also see this person. The voice is coming from a guard wearing the shining white plate uniform that you have spotted before on the other side of the city.
Okay.
The figure stands just over 6 feet tall, not wearing a helmet, so you can tell he's human, and he sports a neatly trimmed goatee on a wide jaw. He does not appear armed, and with an insight 13, you just think that he's probably a large, strong dude.
Excellent. A watch of the city. You clearly know the way. Which is the best way to Castle Viahara?
Right. I'll show you. So there's a secret passage that goes through the mountain, but there's a toll. So you just have to pay first, and then you get to go through. And you can pay me if you'd like, and then I'll just tell them that you can head through. My name's Yam.
Vesenir has the strange suspicion that he is being somewhat hustled, somewhat threatened, blackmailed, somewhat, and he also knows this is a problem because being a creature of the Feywild, he doesn't carry money. Why would he need money? So he shifts a little bit, betraying a bit of his uneasiness, and says, "Is there
If
perhaps
you're worried
anything
about
else
it,
I could do to convince you to show me the way?"
anything else other than money?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. We need the toll to let you go through the thing. And my friend here, and he gestures over to a little feller. Let me see his thing. It's a high elf with one glowing eye and a dark hood, who stands just around the corner. And this guy is just kind of looking straight at you with his eyes wide. And he's got oh, sorry, Kelsey's clicking some buttons. He's got his hand out, and the light of a candle basically is floating right above it. And he's like, just making this face.
Oh God.
He says, "So how much do you got? And we'll start from there, and then we'll show you the nice and friendly road to the castle."
He digs in the bottom of his bag. I mean, he's dealt with civilizations before, so perhaps there's some change at the bottom of his bag, and he searches, and he pulls out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copper pieces, and he hands them out to the guy.
Copper.
This is all I have. Will this do?
You think this'll do, Hans? That's the little magic guy's name. And Han just stares like this. And he says, "You think this'll do, Lecky?" And you look behind you, and now somebody has sort of followed you into this little corner of the street here. And it's a small, basically a tiny human woman. So she's just over 5 feet, very thin, like a twig. And she has dark red hair and freckles all over her face. She's got her hands in her pockets as she approaches. And she says, "I don't think it looks like enough money right there in that 5 copper pieces."
He
But
puts his hand on the hilt of his moon scythe. Now he's realized he's surrounded by 3 people.
Sure. And Yam says, "That's the right idea. See, throw that into the pot, and we had ourselves a deal.
Ooh, so up until this point, he's been a little suspicious, a little keeping his emotions. But as soon as you mention the moon scythe, the passed down and the Valanair family, he grips it even tighter, and a expression of not just rage but indignity crosses his face. And yeah, I think he would attack. He's threatening to take the relic. Yeah, no way. That's not happening.
Okay, this is Don't pay any attention to me. I'm just gonna go and grab my dice that are on the other side of the room, and let's roll initiative real quick.
Woo!
I would love to with my dice that are in front of me right here, because I prepared for this moment.
Shade.
You can't hear anything because his headphones are off. It feels mean because you can't hear it. I wanted to say it where you can hear it.
Yeah, I know you're supposed to. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is disappointing.
Oh.
You're mean to someone
Let's
and
all
they're
laugh
not
when he gets his
there.
headphones on. Let's laugh like we said something funny.
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh, that was
I can
great.
hear things.
Oh, you couldn't hear anything? Okay, so it works. Okay.
I couldn't hear anything specific, but I could hear things.
The plan worked, and nobody watching at home tell him.
Great. I recently found my dice that I first bought when I was a weean, and I was looking for them for like 5 years. And these are actually the dice that we played with in Roll For It Season 1. And I just
What?
found them.
That's so serendipitous.
I know. I found
Lucky
them like a week ago.
dice.
So
Good times.
this will be my first roll with them in a long time. Okay. My first, second, and third
Oh,
rolls
God.
with them in a long time. All right. What do we have over there, Vestinier, for your initiative?
17.
I was 72. Wow.
72, yeah.
All right, Vestinier, you're moving first.
All right.
So just to paint the picture for you again, you're in the dark side of Lexington. You're basically about 20 feet down a smaller road, like an alley, between a couple of businesses. In front of you directly is Yam, who's the 6-foot-tall guard with the white plate armor. Just to your left, a little creepy guy with a flamey hand. And behind you, a small woman with freckles, who, other than that, does not appear to be armed.
Okay. Hmm.
And she's the one that's cutting you off from the actual street.
Got
which
it.
is not
Okay.
a particularly busy street, but it's still the street.
Okay. So then I think I'm gonna go ahead and he's wearing a bear pelt, and you see him kind of pull it up and over, and as the mouth of the bear passes over his face, you see him bend down and transform, and as he sits up, he is a bear. He becomes a cave bear.
Boom. He's a bear.
He is a
That
bear.
it didn't take long.
And he is going to take a swipe at, how do I attack with you? I'm just gonna look it up on my computer. So I can have the stats in front of me, because I have it on there, but it's not showing
Yeah.
me the attack.
I'll pull it up too. Who's the cave bear swinging at?
The person who is blocking the path to the street.
Oh, okay.
All right, so he is first going to bite and then swing with his claws. The bite is a 19, and the claws are a 22.
Yep. Those are 2
Oh my
hits.
goodness.
So with the bite, he is going to do 7 piercing damage, and the claws are going to do 16 slashing damage.
Wow. So 24 right off the bat.
Just roars and just becomes almost like this feral. Well, I mean, he is feral, but you almost see it before he transforms into a bear in his eyes.
Sure. All right.
She doesn't have freckles anymore because they're all clawed off on the ground.
No freckles left. Yeah.
Sheet of skin.
Ooh.
Too far? Too far.
Let me do a real quick
I don't have
check.
enough drugs to go there yet.
Man, these drugs are like really scary.
Dude, Trippy.
Her freckles just start melting.
Oh,
Wait,
God.
that's not melting. That's blood.
There. Sorry.
This cloak's getting a little warm.
But it looks
I'm committed.
also fire.
I'm committed.
Comfort is the most important, Sean. You can take your hood off if
Lies.
you like. Show your ears. Also, if your ears get hot, I imagine your ears have to get hot. Folks at home, Sean has elf ears on, but just for the character.
But you can't
They're
tell
not-
because
they're
the
not for
headphones
us.
are- Yeah, they're just for me.
They're not for us. They're just for Sean. Okay. Sorry, I'm having a technical thingy here. All right. Come on.
Oh, okay, that's what I click on. Okay, I figured out how to get the stats on here now. We're good.
Perfect. Okay. Lecky is still going to be alive. That's all I was checking. All right. So as you approach Lecky, you see that she raises up her hand, and in it is just this small little metal rod thing. It's an odd shape. And she raises it up in defense as you rush at her like a bear, and not like a bear, as a bear, and clench your jaws into her forearm. And as you've got her held with all of your force, you slash your claws into her midsection, and blood spatters to one side, and she screams in pain, and she says, "Ah, help me! There's a bear attacking us! There's a bear attacking us!"
Oh no.
And Mumps and Havalar, you guys are just walking down the street,
Oh no.
and you hear this commotion. Starts with a ferocious roar and then ends with a "help me! There's a bear attacking us."
I heard it.
Near
Did you hear that? A call for help?
a call to adventure.
There's a goddamn animal here. Anyone who gets that reference. There's a goddamn animal here.
Is that a Minions reference?
No. It's like old YouTube. The person who does like that, Fred the Llama or whatever it is, they had a different video.
Harley the Wait, that's the unicorn. My bad.
There's a goddamn animal here.
This sounds really familiar, and I don't know why. But
What? There's no goddamn animal here. Oh my god, there's a goddamn animal here.
Mumps, did you take the drugs without me?
Just one.
All right. Can you two join in the initiative count real quick as you hear this? And then Vesenir, is there anything else you want to do after this attack?
That's my bonus action and my action, so I think that's it.
Okay. Bear mode.
Yeah, bear mode.
Bearing
You don't mess with the moonsicle. That's not. It's not. It's not
Moonsicle.
cool.
I'm the same way about my orange creamsicles. Sean's the best audience member in the that we could have ever asked for.
Oh yeah.
What did you guys get?
Got a 12.
Okay.
I got a 2.
Okay. So this person who is directly in front of you, Lecky was her name. The little rod in her hand that was bitten by you, she pulls it away, flicks her wrist, and it expands into a full-sized longbow. Immediately, basically in the blink of an eye, she's got a full-sized longbow in one hand, and there's already an arrow knocked. And she's going to, as she backs away from you, fire an arrow at you to try and cover her exit.
Do I get to make a attack of opportunity?
Let me double check. Because she's definitely going to miss you, but I just want to see if they have any special abilities.
That name, Lucky, doesn't really apply now, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Boop-a-doo, doop-a-doo-doo. Oh yeah, no. So she does get a cunning action.
Ah,
She will
okay.
use to disengage. So this is sort of a bow out, takes a shot. You probably bat away her arm because she's still a little too close to you to get the shot off. It flies up into the alleyway and bounces off some walls. And then she duck and rolls backwards and is going to just start bolting towards the street. Screaming, "Ah, bear, bear! Get the bear!" And you see as she goes, she's starting actually to put her bow away, like fold it back up. And I want to say that Mumps and Havalar, you see this woman reach the street and start to run in your direction as you probably are 20 feet away from the opening to this alley. Next up would be Mumps.
I'm gonna go.
Lady, oh my God, are you bleeding everywhere? Oh my.
First thing it does, barfs.
Yes.
Right there.
You did take the drugs. You're helping the situation.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody with healing spells? I need healing.
Oh yeah, I got you.
And Mumps, being the ever helpful halfling he is gonna do cure wounds.
Great.
And while this is happening, can I ask the woman, Matt, what has happened here? What has occurred?
My friends, we were in the alley and they got attacked by a bear from I don't know where. It just showed up and started clawing and slashing. I don't know if it broke out of the zoo or something. Man, I didn't even know there was a zoo in town.
Sounds very odd. Because side note, are we like in town still? Because Sean's trying to cross a bridge.
Yeah, you guys are close to the tunnel.
Mm-hmm,
You're reaching the edge of the city.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That sounds terrifying. I'm so sorry. Point me in the direction of the bear.
And she does so. And Mumps, do you heal her?
Yeah, she gets 8 more health points.
Sweet. Okay. That's better. As you're like vomiting, you hold out a hand to just put it on her stomach.
I'm like, I can't look. So I'm just gonna hold up my hand and you touch me however you need to get healed, but like, don't be weird about it.
Okay. So her belly is sealed up, and she's going to continue just backing away. Mumps, do you want to use movement or anything else on your turn?
I'll just stick right behind Havalar if I can, like just right behind.
Okay. All right. Next up would be a cave bear. Is that a large bear or a medium-sized bear?
Large.
Of course it is. So Yam's gonna take a look at the big old bear and he's gonna say, "Well, all right then." And he's going to flip out his gauntlets. He's got 2 plate mail gauntlets on, and one of them turns into a little mini shield when the thing slides over, and the other one turns into basically a big old hammer fist with spikes on it. You know, like a meat tenderizer? That kind of slips over his fist. He's going to run, jump at you, and try and punch you in the bare face. I think that's going to be a 19 to hit.
Okay. That hits.
Okay. Oops, sorry. Let's see if he hits with the second one. And a 21 to hit.
All right.
For a total of, wow, this is pretty good. This guy's good at stuff. A total of 14 plus 4 is 18 bludgeoning damage as he jumps and manages to get you, spins around holding his shield in place, and punches you in the stomach, dealing 18 damage total. I don't know if that's bear level of damage, but it's a lot of damage.
Yeah, he has 24 health left in his cave bear form.
Okay. All right, so that's it for Yam, and he's gonna say, Hans, get this son of a bitch. And Hans is gonna pop out, and just like his eyes never actually shift where they were, except he's just gonna say, "Oh, I got in on here," and he's gonna shoot a firebolt at you. That's not the right dice. 19.
Okay.
for a total of 3 fire damage as a bolt of fire hits you in the chest. So now there's nothing separating you from the street except for probably Havalar, because it's her turn next.
Oh man!
You see that the cave bear
yeah.
is like seriously injured. It's bloodied. It's about half health. So
Okay, so is the cave bear like actively? Is it now in a defensive position? What am I looking at here? What are the?
yeah. Because at this point, he's trying to do his best to defend himself against 3 people who are obviously threatening him.
When you turn the
Yeah.
corner, you see some bear blood on the ground. You also see the lady's blood who just ran down the street screaming. And you see a city guard with white plate armor, and a magic creepy guy fighting this bear.
The one thing you will notice about the bear is that it has a kind of purplish silver crescent moon around its eye. So it's
Awesome.
not like that's the one thing you said that separates it from like a normal cave bear.
Mumps, I don't think this is an ordinary bear.
I think that might just be
And-
the drugs. Oh wait,
Mumps, are you on drugs?
I threw them out.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's high on life.
okay.
Would the other two yawns and wait, yam?
Yams.
and Hans? Or
Hans and-
Yam and Hans?
Yam.
I think it should be yam and
Ham
yawns.
and yeah, ham
Yam
and
and
yawns.
Hans. It's Yam
Ham
and
and
Hans. I'll
Okay.
spell out their names in
Um,
the chat for you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Are they going to attack right now? Okay. I see there's a guard.
Yeah.
Right.
And as you lock eyes with said guard, he'll say, "Help us with this thing."
But the bear is no longer attacking.
I mean, it's just in the 6 seconds that it has just
Right.
finished attacking. That's how
I
much
know.
time has passed.
Okay.
I would say
okay.
I guess I am in the middle of attacking. So that it makes
Yeah.
sense. Go for
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So
It's only not attacking because it's not its turn.
Yeah.
As far as you know.
Because I am.
Can
I am in the middle of attacking. So yeah. Okay.
I would
do a
like
Havalar.
to. I would like to. I would like to throw my javelin at the bear's leg. And so, well, it's an 11.
Oh, that misses.
And so I guess I'm not very confident about this situation.
All right. Dragonborn steps out from the alley, Vestinier, and hurls a javelin at your feet, but you are able to dodge out of the way. Havalar, do you get 2 attacks as a barbarian at this level?
I believe so. I found both of my character sheets, so I've got like way too many papers
Now
in
you've
front of
got
me
too
right
many character sheets.
now. Yeah, I do get an extra attack. So
If
I'll
you
take
want.
the other javelin, and I missed the first. I'm gonna stop this bear.
Okay.
This weird bear. We gotta talk, bear. Oh, this one's 23.
Oof. All right.
Roll for damage.
Oh yes, duh. Uh, 10. No, 8. Sorry.
All right. 8 damage. Bear's still up, but not looking good. Definitely like covered in blood at this point.
Javelin sticking out of its thigh.
Oh yeah.
And Vestinier, that puts it back at your turn.
All right. For flavor's sake, can I say like, rather than like knocking off the javelin, he almost snaps it off in a way that makes you think like, this is an intelligent person who knows how to disable a trap versus like a bear who's going rawr to a thing that's in its side.
Yeah.
And then I don't think I can cast spells while in my beast form. I don't think I have that ability. I have to check, but to keep the thing moving, I'm going to go ahead and The other two are still next to me. The Hans and Yam.
Yeah, Hans at this point has backed away from you to throw a fireball.
Okay.
So he's just around the corner, basically, of the business that's making up one of the two sides of the alley.
Now that he
Probably
has
about
like
10 feet from you.
yeah, now that there's 5 people, I feel like he would probably try to like not keep attacking, but do some kind of evasive maneuver to try and like get out of there. So would you say like there's the Havalar, Mumps, and the woman are on one side, and then the other two are on the other side?
Yeah, the woman is not in sight. It's just Havalar and Mumps.
Okay. So then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast, or I'm going to transform back out of bear form.
Okay.
Which so you see the bear kind of pull back its own mouth, so to speak, and as you do that, you see the form of an elf, uninjured but probably covered in the bear's form of blood, and
Mumps tugs on Havalar's clothes and goes, "Oh, Havalar, the bear was a twink the whole time."
Vesemir, I'm gonna say Vesemir doesn't hear that, and you see that the sickle at his side is beautiful silver purple glowing sickle that you realize matches the pattern that was on the bear's eye, and he is going to you see the sickle glow with energy as he casts Entangle on the area that Hans and Jan are in.
All right.
Yam? I can't.
Yam.
Yam, sorry.
Hans
like
and
a
Yam.
potato. Like a potato.
All right. So Hans and Yam, they need to make what kind of
Strength
saving
throw?
Okay. Yam got a 10.
Okay.
Hans got a 17. He was on his game.
All right. Go Hans.
Hans looks around and just starts shooting fire at his feet and jumps out of there. Jumps up onto a dumpster.
There you go. So Jan is restrained until the spell ends.
Okay. Yam is wrapped up. And he says, "Damn, I'm Yam."
And then he is going to, I guess, run towards the street, run away. Like he is running towards potentially attackers, but at this point he feels like that's going to be the best option. So he's going to run as far away as he can.
All right, he's running towards you two. Do you let him pass? Mumps is up next. Okay.
Oh.
Well, both of you would technically get opportunity attack if he's going to run past you.
Well, if it's my turn, I'm going to go ahead and cast Hold Person now that I see that they are a humanoid.
Sure.
Okay.
So they have to succeed on a Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, okay, let's do it. Wisdom saving throw. Ugh, I have great wisdom, but I got a 12. So not that great.
Does it work?
So yeah, you're held. Yeah, and then at the end of each of your turn, you can make another Wisdom saving throw, or whenever I release it. But I'm concentrating, so.
All right. So just as Vesemir almost reaches the two of you to kind of shoulder past, so maybe even a shoulder is kind of lowered, he freezes up.
I go, whoa, hey, buddy, what's the rush? Hey, come on now.
And it grits through his teeth. You're making a mistake.
Well, hey, well, no, hey, well, let's not get all attitude.
Tries to struggle free
here.
and, you know.
I saw, a very, very nice seeming lady with her arm half ripped off come from this direction. And now you're yelling at me saying I made the mistake. Let's hold our horses, or hold our bears, should I say. Let's not get crazy here. I'm going to go first. I'm Mumps, and you are.
You could tell that Vesemir just doesn't appreciate the pun and just is like, let me out of here. I need to get to Castle Viahara.
Oh, you're going to get there in a prison cell real quick if you don't start talking, okay? Havalar, maybe rough him up a little bit.
Whoa,
Sick him,
whoa.
Havalar.
Our friend here wants to get to Castle Viahara. If our friend, and what's your name? Go ahead.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of what he give his name.
It's hard to believe that in this situation, Mumps is the bad cop and Havalar's the good cop.
Yeah,
That
right.
role reversal I did not see coming. Didn't see it coming.
You know, he stops. He realizes his situation, kind of sits more upright, tries to look a little dignified, and says, "I am Vesemir Valonair, and I demand that you release me." Oh my God! Sorry, camera.
That's very demanding.
Yeah, very
I'm gonna
I
turn
feel like
to
my whole
Havalar.
brain shook a little. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to Havalar and like have a little hand up between me and Vesemir to be like,
Howler, am I crazy or did I just hear them say they were a Valanair? That's not a common last name around here. That's a pretty important name.
I don't think you're crazy. I do think he heard everything you said. Your hand is so small.
Oh no! Oh crap! Oh, I got a little bit of drugs still in me. I really thought that would work.
You guys look over and you see. Oh, actually, I guess it wouldn't happen quite. Oh, it would actually. You see that Yam has broken free of his restraints and is going to start to run through the alley away from the whole commotion.
That's right. Run away. Grr.
I want to stop him.
Yeah?
I want to yell. Can I yell very loudly and intimidate him to stop?
Make an intimidation check.
Aw, it's a 7. So I try to
running.
yell. I'm like,
You
hey,
can-
stop. And then I choke on my own spit a little. So it's loud and kind of disrupting and scary for those
Yeah.
near me. But it does
He's-
not carry.
He's going to run. You can chase him or you cannot chase him.
can I roll for intimidation?
I mean,
I would like to display my held person here and be like, hey buddy, I got another free hand here. You want to do this the hard way? You want to do this the easy way? Come back here. Come on.
You can grant some advantage on Havalar's roll. Give her one more chance.
That one is a 13.
He's turned the corner and is running very loudly in his plate mail down the alley.
Where's the other one?
The other one was already ducked around that corner, and
oh.
you guys really didn't see much of him. You just saw like
Wait, you're saying Hans ran away too, or Lucky was already gone?
as far as you know, Hans is also running in the same direction, or probably the opposite direction.
Well,
Lucky,
I
don't think you guys have seen unless you turn back toward the street and take a look around.
we might have to come back for those ruffians later. But I think that this new development is is capturing all of my attention right now, so I will let them go.
Yeah, this takes center stage for sure. Yeah.
So, Vesemir, you're still held. Do you want to try and? I think at this point it's been enough time for you to try and escape.
All right, I'm gonna try and roll again. That's more like it. 26.
Vesemir busts out. What do you do with your bust outness?
You know, I imagine that, yeah, like now that he's kind of like, I am Vesemir Valonair. I demand that you release me. And, he kind of, let's see. He realizes that, while those people were kind of jerks, these people seem a little bit more like they're more intelligent, they're more understanding. They're like kind of hesitating. Havalar especially, she seems like, wait a minute, what's going on? Or she even tried to help out by intimidating the other guy. So
Mumps has some vomit on his shirt.
yeah. Well, I mean that's. I mean, honestly, Vesemir doesn't do well in civilized societies. As you can tell, he's already causing problems. The ways that he's learned. So perhaps someone that looks a little bit slovenly maybe is the right person. I imagine that he would want to leave, but he also doesn't. Hmm. I imagine what would Havalar and Mumps do as soon as he breaks out of it?
I would
But-
grab him again.
That's what I figured. So rather than doing that, he pauses and goes, so you aren't going to attack me.
No,
I see.
unless you attack us.
No, yeah, hey, buddy, I think we got off on the wrong bear claw here. I just want to say that, we're here to stop trouble. We're here to solve problems. We're not here to rough up anyone who doesn't deserve it. So let's all just take a chill pill like the one I got in my pocket here. And let's just, no, I'm going to save that for later. And let's just, let's talk it out. Come on, what's your story? What you doing here? You're looking for Castle Viahara. So what's the deal? What you need? Where you going? Why?
Vesnir hates asking for help, but at this point, with the getting lost and the fight and he figures it's perhaps about time. He says, "Well, if you say that you are one who helps others, perhaps indeed you could help me. I am looking for Castle Viahara, specifically my cousin Vaelette." And then he's about to say something, and he stops and goes, there is something we need her help with," and doesn't want to kind of go into further detail.
Just so we don't get ambushed later. You said are you alone? Are there more bears out there?
My people are not in this immediate area, no, if that is what your concern is.
That was my concern, yes.
Where are your people?
He immediately gets a little bit more, not defensive, but kind of closed off, and says, "I don't believe I need to disclose that information to you."
If you want to get to Castle Viahara, you will need to disclose this information.
He pauses and says, "Unfortunately, the safety of my people is not something that I can gamble on a stranger's help. If that's all you can help me, then I will leave." And he kind of begins to turn away.
I never said we couldn't help you. I call after him.
Stops in his pace, but doesn't turn around yet.
One moment while I confer with my colleague.
He turns back and nods, waiting, kind of once again looking around to make sure the three people aren't going to come back and ambush him. At this point, once again, he hates the city, and this is more reason why to hate the city.
And how druids work, right? You are not hurt at all, are you?
No. I have no injuries because the bear just took all of it, and it's like I have a second health bar.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow. And I keep an
But
eye
you're still
on...
covered in blood. That's the
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It's a good look. And I keep an eye on Vesnir while I pull Mumps aside, and I say, "Mumps, what do you think is going on here?"
No, there's a person's not a person. They're also a bear, and then also they need help, but from Vaelette, who's never once mentioned an extended family, and that feels like something we would know by now.
Would he be hearing this, or are you saying this out of his earshot? I mean, he does have keen
I think they're
elven
trying
hearing.
to be hushed.
Okay.
We're trying to be hushed.
In a
Okay.
conferred mode. If you want, you can make a perception check. What are your elf ears here?
Oh gosh. All right. What is my perception score? Oh, okay. I got it a 13.
Okay. I think you make out every fifth word or so.
I think he would definitely hear Vaelette, I feel like. And I guess he might say, he kind of walks towards him a little bit and says, she would not have mentioned me.
Havalar, you know the Valinor family very well. You definitely don't know the name Vestenir. However, you do know of some cousins of the Valinirs who no longer live in Castle Viahara. These cousins are often referred to by the true Valinirs as the Valinishes.
Valinishes.
Valinish.
And
Yeah.
is that spoken in a negative context? What's the emotional
you
temp
wouldn't-
here?
You probably wouldn't say it to their face, but
Oh.
they don't come around very often. They live in the Feywild. They weren't in the castle when it transported, and they don't come into contact very often. They were sent an invitation to the Queen's coronation, but none showed up.
Rude.
But they exist. Not necessarily saying that Vesenir is one of them, but more Valenirs exist that you don't know the names of.
And why wouldn't and so I look at Vesenir and I say, why wouldn't Vaelette have mentioned you?
He looks a bit uncomfortable, kind of, looks away a bit and says, I almost feel like, he's kind of warming up to these these people who are willing to help him, and he says, well, I'm not sure. Perhaps those true Valenirs up in their castle, because they've lost touch with their magic and the land and the moon. How they, of course, they're out of touch with reality. Of course, they wouldn't mention us, mention me. And also, no, I don't think he would have done that. Never mind.
I think you should come to the meadow with the tall grass with us.
Is that
And
where
we
the
will-
castle is?
No, it is not. This is a midway point to the castle. And
He
I
looks
won't
very
tell you in what
confused.
direction. I see that you're confused. Call it a test. We will test out you and see if you are actually who you say and that you have only good intentions. What are your intentions with Castle Viahara?
As you mentioned, kind of like a test, he almost kind of sits up a bit straighter, and this makes sense to him. This is something that, yes, you have to pass a trial and to test. And he goes, yes, my intentions are perfectly
That's not promising.
word. What's a word? Oh God, no, that's Sean, not Vesenir. My intentions are perfectly
Good.
Yeah, there we go. Good. Oh my God, thank you. My intentions are perfectly good. I only wish to help my people, and I believe that Vaelette at this point might be the best person to help me do that.
One quick thing, Sean. Can you turn your camera a little bit further tilt?
Yeah.
So you can keep your head higher in the camera. I'm just cutting you off a little bit on the
Gotcha.
stream.
Mysterious.
Sorry to interrupt.
Is that good, or am I sitting
much.
up? Okay, cool.
That's very good.
I see. One moment while I sidebar with my colleague and I pull Mumps aside. Mumps, I believe him. I think he has good intentions, but I do still think we should make him go through a trial. But I don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah, you got good guts, Havalar. If you're trusting your guts, I'm trusting your guts. And I think a nice three of us on a drug trip together. We take that journey, we bond, and then at the other side, we'll truly know each other, and then we'll know like what their deal is. Yeah.
That sounds very logical to me.
Thank
I
you,
like the
thank you.
idea that every time you guys have sidebarred, you've gotten a little bit quieter.
And taken like 3 steps further
Yeah,
away.
So
yeah.
now you guys are in the middle of the street. Carts passing on either side.
Looks quite dangerous.
Oh, we're fine. They're going around us. It's fine.
Yeah,
Go around.
they'll hit her first. I'll be fine.
All right. We've decided. We will move forward with the trial in the meadow with the tall grass that Mumps thinks are trees. And you will be tested.
He looks down.
You
This
are-
makes sense. Yes.
Yes, we will get along. We will test your honor. Come. And I go towards the meadow.
As you said the word honor, you see a little bit of like a spark kind of light in his eyes. This is something that's very important to him. His honor.
Yes.
All right. So you guys head through the tunnel towards the meadow between you and the castle. A popular place for the two of you to take your drugs from Ellen's Fuck It Bucket, I assume.
Yes. There's a little bench we've carved out of a fallen tree. Added some flowers. It's lovely.
Tulips.
Now that we've actually, I would say that as we leave the city and kind of approach the tulips and the log, I feel like Vesemir would definitely kind of relax a bit. This is definitely more his environment.
Great.
Maybe he doesn't sit down quite yet, but it's a little more peaceful.
All right. Yes. So as you guys reach this lovely meadow, I'm going to call it break time for a minute. And if anybody wants to go to the bathroom or anything, grab a snack. Now is the moment. And the stream will resume in 10 or 15 minutes. 15, I think, right? So we'll do 15 minutes. Everybody in the chat, stick around. We'll resume the adventure in 15, and we're going to get to all of your questions from the, what's it called? The thingy that you click on to do the questions. If you have to go, Fox, we'll see you next time. You can watch this later on our channel and see the rest of the adventure. Give us a follow. And yeah, I'm going to click the button now. Stop chat. Hey, folks. Welcome back to Roll For It. We've got a couple of things to say here. First, I'm going to click record. Bloop.
Recording in progress.
Then I'm going to click record over here. Bloop. Next time I'll do that 10 seconds earlier so you guys don't have to watch me do that. But, oh, you're right. Our faces are in the wrong order now. All right, everybody has to play.
I am the GM now.
Yep, we have to play different characters now. I'm
Okay,
Mumps.
everybody. No, it's too late. I took Mumps. I'm Mumps now.
All right, I'm going to do some shifting. Boom.
And I'm lucky, and my arm still hurts.
Boom. I think this is right. I did it. Okay. Thanks, Goggles. All right, we did get one question in on the during the stream earlier, so I did want to ask the cast and crew, how did you all get into D&D? If whoever wants it, take it away.
I got into D&D in college because a bunch of my college friends, I went to acting school, and a bunch of my actor friends were into D&D. And one day they were like, hey, you should come play. And I had never played or knew anything about it except the name. And it was a super epic time where I rolled really strong on my character, whose name was Max. She was an elf, a rogue elf, and she's very sneaky. And I rolled really high, and it was so awesome because my first time, so my character was just really powerful and I was constantly doing cool things and saving the party, and it was great. And that's where it all started.
It's all about those high rolls.
I love it.
I wonder how many people just like had really bad luck on their first D&D game and decided it's not for them.
Sucks.
Who else?
So now, is
Yeah.
it D&D specifically, or is it just like any kind of role-playing kind of thing? Because, I mean, I've always been into role-playing games. Like, I remember when there was like AOL chat rooms where people would like role-play stuff, and then there was Gaia Online. I did like a role-playing guild on Gaia Online for a while. But I've always wanted to get into D&D, but like you needed like friends to do that. So that took a while, and then I think my ex got me into it because he knew people and he would play games, and then eventually became, well, now I'm running the games, now I know how to play, and then it kind of spread from there. And I like to do it as an after-school program at school and as an activity at school, things like that, the school I work at.
I got into D&D through a friend of mine who is very much into D&D. Like I didn't really know much about it except the name. And I was like, oh yeah, that game. Yeah, I'll play, sure. And then I ended up playing a campaign with him, 3 campaigns with him through various characters and adventures and wacky real life and D&D adventures. Yeah, it was good stuff. Yeah.
Kyle,
Yes.
the mic situation has,
Did it get worse?
I think, gotten worse. And I think it might be the direction of your mic. Can you tilt it so that it's like standing upright facing you? Like that? I think that's technically the front of it. Or maybe the other direction. But for my Yeti...
How about this?
Yeti,
Oh, that's better.
yeah.
I think.
Like if I just spoke...
Oh wow! I
directly
can hear Mumps now. Oh my god.
Hey. Now to just lock it right here. I need to get like a necklace or something. I can just like clamp. It'll hold it right here. And no matter where I go or what I do, it's going to be in the exact same spot every time.
Yeah. Here, let me show you 1 second.
Yeah, come to Chicago and show me, please.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, he just like exits the frame. He pops in, or oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, do you think I was hopping on a plane?
I thought you were gonna enter a portal and appear somehow in my kitchen.
That would be great.
How's this? This is probably better. Maybe I'm closer,
So
and
this is my Yeti mic, and what I was told is that this is the front, and this is the direction to speak into it, not this, but this.
right here.
Yeah.
This sounds different. You can't hear me at all
Forward.
now, but now you can hear me again.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Welcome to ASMR starring.
and it's possible that it's a
I'm
different
going to be
type of
guiding
mic.
you on a journey that will take you to places you've never experienced before.
I don't know where that was going, but
I don't
that's a
know,
whole different channel.
But it sounds great. But we should also maybe test a normal person voice or
Yeah,
or
I got
Mumps voice, either one.
I get really carried away. It's the problem with live things and things that can't be edited. Is Kyle just goes, and we got to cut him off.
No, this actually sounds much better. It sounds great.
Oh, great. I'll be right here the whole time.
You can maneuver it, but yeah, the front facing is facing the right way, and thank you. That's lovely. How did I get into D&D? I got into it way too late because I didn't know it existed, and then I was like, wait, you can play video games, but in real life? And then I became obsessed with it for the rest of my life, presumably. Here we are, halfway through. Yeah. That's how I got into it.
halfway through your life?
He knows
sure
when
did.
he is going to die.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've seen a vision. But it's fine. It's fine. It's for the better. Oh, life. And the meanings of it. I also want to have a huge thank you to everybody listening because we reached our follow goal. We wanted to get to 120, and I think we got to 125, even though right now it's
Woohoo.
showing 122. I could be wrong, or it could just be updating. But either way, we made it. If you haven't followed yet and you're still here, then drop a follow for us. And you guys are ready to do drugs or whatever?
Drugs. Mumps, can you say drop a follow in your ASMR voice?
Hey, just want to let you know that if you haven't followed yet, you gotta drop that follow. You gotta get up in there and you gotta let us know that you love us. You gotta let us know that you care. You can't just tell us. You gotta show it. Show it. Don't
ASM
tell.
Mumps.
Oh. But
The M in ASMR stands for Mumps.
That's a whole other channel that we could potentially produce and do, but
Spin-off
Who-
channel.
ASM Mumps,
ASM
twitch.tv
Mumps, yep.
/ASM
Mumps.
It'll be a one-off, an entire episode of just everyone doing ASMR voice, and there'll be lots of sound effects. Everything's gonna have a sound effect.
Wednesday is
And
Mumps
it's all
Day.
gonna be really soft.
You like do a tutorial of like brushing Durban. Now this is how you want to make sure that you get behind the ears.
I was gonna actually speaking of that.
Oh yeah, is Durban around? I was
is
curious
Durban
about that.
is Durban with you
with
guys?
you guys?
You know, I guess I didn't think about him getting a massage. That would have been a great image, is if the three of us got massaged.
You know, he's still there. He's still at the masseuse parlor. You guys left
I had him written in to be next door at the stables, getting like a groom, like a full body grooming situation.
Yeah, because we got a Groupon for that too.
It's a pair.
You know,
Group.
I feel like folks in Lexington are very accustomed to Mumps and Havalar showing up, dropping Durban off, and then not coming back for a while.
No.
The usual thing.
If we're not forgetting that Durban exists in every episode, then it's not roll for it. It's,
Yeah.
it's just the way. Hey, welcome to chat, Ants Uprising, and everybody. Thanks for being here. We're going to continue our adventure. Is Durban with us? Let's decide.
Now would be a good
Say-
time to decide.
I'm gonna say he's still in the stable
Okay.
because we
Yeah, I
didn't
like
get
that.
it. I
He's
mean,
back
it's
at
just
Lexington.
like
Yeah, Mumps
Yeah.
gets Mumps gets self-conscious if he does drugs around Durban, because Durban can be a little judgmental.
After the meadow, you guys are gonna have to go back.
Yeah,
and scoop
he
him
went
up.
Durban
like
can't hang.
totally. He went like totally vegan, spiritual after the whole near-death experience, and his body's the temple, and that temple does not involve a fuck it bucket.
Well, you guys remember, just as you are reaching this meadow, that Durban is still at the stables. That's the name of the
Yeah.
building.
stable
Yeah.
stables.
He's probably having a great time, but he is abandoned. So,
Much better than the other place across the city, the unstable stables. They're
yeah.
they're not good.
That place is trash.
Yep.
And it's already burned down twice, so
And they don't do Groupons.
And they don't do Groupons. Yeah.
very unstable. They're not.
Bad
They're not
luck.
going to last long. That business does not have a great business plan.
Low stars on Yelp. Just not.
So you
Or
guys
vegan
are,
options.
you guys are walking through. You're walking across the mountain pass now that connects Lexington to Castle Viahara, and along the way, in sort of a valley that's along the way, is this meadow with this fallen over tree that's been carved into a nice bench by Mumps and Havalar during one of your guys' monthly outings, and you take a seat. And what do you do? The three of you.
Well,
Besnir awaits his trial, so he kind of looks at Havalar and Mumps expectantly. Doesn't say anything, but kind of like, "What do you want me to do?" Look.
and Havalar looks back.
And
Yeah.
Mums looks at both of them.
There's a long silence. And why don't we do the drugs? And I pull out the drugs.
Yeah, ooh, yeah. I call that red fungusy looking one.
Okay, red fungusy looking one. Mumps
Um,
takes that one. There's also a cookie, a marshmallow, a black pill, some glowing mushrooms, and a white powder in a little Ziploc bag.
Besnir's definitely gonna reach for the mushrooms. He kind of mumbles, "Yes, I've definitely done some ceremonial things, but I don't believe I've ever particularly partaked recreationally." He looks very hesitant, but he knows that this is his trial, and waits for everyone else to act first.
Before Vesenir can reach the drugs, I pull them away and I say, but you must listen to your intuition and let the universe decide which drug you will take. Very seriously.
And then when
Um,
you take it, make sure to take notes afterward about what you experienced, because we're curious.
He looks around at the rest of the items in your hand, and these are also drugs.
They are all drugs.
Every
Are you
last one
sure?
of them.
Because this one is the only one that really looks like a drug. Are you sure? Or sorry, points to the one in your hand.
Now Havalar is doubtful, and I say, "Well, I've been told that they are all filled with drugs. But now you're right. This one looks like a cookie, but drugs can be a cookie." And I say, "Let's go for it." And then I shake them. I take them in my and I take Mumps.
Yeah.
Are you wearing a hat? Who
I
has a
am
hat?
now.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Give me your hat.
Yeah.
And I take Mumps' hat. It's a new hat. We bought it at the
It's a sun
last
hat.
outing.
It's a sun hat.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh yes.
It's a vacation hat.
Yeah.
Vacation hat. And I put all the drugs in the hat and I shake it up and I say, "Now, Vesemir, choose from the hat."
That's gonna be a D6 Festinier.
Can I try and make like a sleight of hand check to try and like reach around for what I feel like is a mushroom, but like still, I'm like, yes, I will do this trial the way you want me to, and like try
Sure.
to act like it. All right.
Sleight of hand against Havalar's perception check.
There you go. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Where is it? Sleight of. There you go. Oh god, it's not that great. Okay. Oh gosh, here we go. Oh, yay! 21.
No. Oh, I got a 21. This is not a joke.
Ooh!
I think.
Exciting.
Oh. I think in this case you would see what's happening, right? For a time.
Can Mumps roll persuasion real quick and see? Oh, wait,
What are you trying to persuade?
All right. Well, I got a 15,
Wait.
and I would like to say to Vesemir,
Take a cookie. It looks like a good one.
Okay. A couple of things happen at once. Havalar, you get a glimpse of Vesemir's hand shuffling between items in the bag and grabbing one that looks like a mushroom.
I slap his hand. Just like a little pop.
He drops
little
it more in
hand slap.
surprise than anything else. Just like what?
And Mumps offers a what's it called?
That cookie looks like a good one.
It looks like a good cookie.
A
What do you guys do
suggestion.
now? A suggestion, yes.
Well, so Vesemir, what will it be?
He closes his eyes, realizes that this is indeed his trial, and is going to roll a 2 on the d6, and picks up a random item.
It's a mushroom.
Yeah.
No, wait. It's not.
You're like, wait, no,
Right.
now it's not going to be a mushroom.
It's the marshmallow. It looked like mushroom from a distance.
He picks it up, and he's like, is this some kind of fungus? Some kind of moss? Or not quite sure what this is.
Fluffy white marshmallow.
You'll find out what it is momentarily.
Saying it grows in the marsh. Interesting. I've
A
never seen this.
marshmallow. Yes.
I've never seen this quite grow. I've never seen this type of a flora grow in the marsh, but I'll take your word for it.
I think it
Kinda
only grows in certain seasons.
And in
Looks
certain
like a
bakeries.
yeah.
Like- like a mold that you'd find on like a submerged, dying log in the marshes.
Yeah, underneath the log, growing downwards towards the ground.
But it's not
Marshmallows.
mushy. I'm trying to imagine seeing a marshmallow for the first time. It would be an interesting experience.
Feeling this pressure and just swish them.
Like they're pleasant.
Slightly.
They're very pleasant looking things.
They're
I feel
happy
like.
looking. Yeah.
They-
He
That's
resides
a
as some
good
kind of like
trip.
comes in of a fungus and says, "Well, yes, this must be fine. Yes. This looks proper."
It kind of looks like a mushroom, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
does.
Havalar, what are you
so
taking?
I'm gonna roll a dice, but there's only 5 things left, right?
Yes. But you
So
can roll a
either-
d6.
Okay.
Re-rolled doubles.
What? 4.
Okay, you got a glowing mushy.
That sounds worse. Oh, my favorite.
Okay.
All right, everyone, look in each other's eyes. This is a safe place, Vesenir. This is a safe place. We're trusting you. This is your test of honor.
That seems
Mumps.
foolish, but all right.
Yeah. Mhm.
You got anything to say, Mumps?
Yeah. Bottoms up and be cool, dude.
Okay.
And with that, I eat my glowing mushroom.
Okay.
Vesenir mumbles some ceremonial words, perhaps ones he's heard before doing a ritual like this, and takes a bite.
All right. And Mumps, you were gonna do the regular looking mushrooms. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. A few minutes pass. Mumps, can you make a intelligence saving throw?
On my -2 intelligence. Oh god.
I imagine Vesenir takes a bite, and then Havalar's like, "No, finish it, finish it."
The whole thing. That's a good man.
Let's see.
I'm sorry, an elf. I'm so sorry.
Isn't sure whether to be more insulted by the the elf thing or the talking down can't think of the word. Sorry, continue.
The condescension.
There we go, condescension. Thank you.
All right.
Words are hard.
Condescension.
I didn't do too bad. I got a 10.
That's how clouds are formed. Mumps, you look around and you see Havalar is glowing purple and blue and green. And Vesenir is floating away. This is what Mumps sees. And the tall grass around you starts to grow into trees.
Yes.
And you think, this is probably drugs.
This is probably drugs.
Havalar, you look around and you see that your hands and legs are glowing, green and red and blue and light blue and everything, and Vesenir is floating away.
Do we think this is a problem? But I love this. This is a good look.
He is a foot or two off of the ground and heading basically over the edge towards the drop off in the mountain.
Oh God.
No.
Vesenir, you are kind of waiting to see what would happen, and you realize that you're not touching the ground. You don't feel any different, but you do feel like you are no longer grounded.
I didn't say this earlier, but I imagined before he would have sat down, kind of crossed his legs, and now he opens his eyes and he's like,
you're in that same stance,
Yeah.
except you're now 5 or 6 feet off of the ground and floating kind of uncontrollably to a direction where the ground kind of begins to sink away.
he's not too panicked. He spent some time in the sky, so he's not super worried, but he is doing a concern.
Okay. And Havalar, you seem to be seeing all this in slow motion. So you have very quick reaction speed right now, actually. So what do you do with these extra moments?
I want to grab Vesenir's leg or cloak, whatever's the lowest thing I
Okay.
can grab,
Okay.
and probably a foot, and pull him back down to earth.
Maybe like the
Okay.
scythe hilt that's like hanging from my waist is probably the thing that's like dangling the lowest.
Okay. And Mumps, you see Havalar, who's glowing brightly, leap up and grab Vesenir around the neck and begin strangling him.
No.
Just in a complete and total rage.
Typical Havalar.
And Havalar, that's not actually what you're sensing happening, or is it? What is happening? How do we know? Mumps, it's your turn.
So that's what Mumps is seeing, is Havalar strangling a flying Vesenir.
Yes. Just through the tall trees that are now surrounding you.
I'm picturing like Mumps sitting on the bench, just kind of like leaning back with the arms up, going, "As near in the sky with diamonds, as near silver flying in Havalar's toga." This got really weird. This got really. I don't like this anymore. I don't like this mushroom anymore. That's all. That's all that's going on.
Okay, stay put.
Yeah.
Vestanir, you're being pulled down back to the ground. Is that cool with you?
Oh yes, sorry. Yes, I was looking at my spells. Sorry. Yes.
Okay. Mumps, can you have another intelligence saving throw for me? And
He doesn't like the fact that Havalar's hand is on his sickle, but he's like, yes, this is probably the best way, so he kind of accepts it.
sure.
Nat 20!
We got one. Episode
Let's
0.
go.
We got one.
Let's go.
Amazing. So, Havalar, as you pull Vestanir down, you see that his face is morphing between the faces of other folks in the Vaelette family. You see Vaelette for a minute, and you see the king, and you see like one of their little nephews. So it's just like a baby head on the body, and etc. And you just find yourself just like staring at his face, like leaning over, just completely perplexed. And Vestanir, you notice that Havalar is now kind of got you by the shoulders and staring at your face. And now you have managed to pull her off of the mountain with you.
Oh no!
And the two of you are floating. The two of you are floating away.
Now he's a lot more concerned because while he could definitely survive this, he doesn't know if he could also help someone else survive. So now he is definitely doing a big concern.
Okay. Mumps, you just rolled a nat 20 intelligence check while you were on hallucinogens.
Yeah.
So the only possible explanation for this is that you're going to see into the astral plane and just get some real divination type of insight right now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
Okay.
as you look and see your friends start to float away, you zoom past them, and your vision just goes through them, through the clouds, as your mental state ascends beyond the material plane and outwards, and you find yourself in outer space, looking down at the earth, and the earth flattens like a pancake, and you think, is the earth flat? No. And then the earth
I'm not that much of an idiot.
the earth rises up, and beneath it you see another earth, slightly smaller in disc shape, and it's sort of in the shadows, and then it sinks again, and the earth above it sinks lower, and another earth is there, another earth pancake, and this one is glowing with white light, and purple lightning bolts are shooting out of it, and you find yourself zooming into this glowing earth pancake, and you see your hometown, the city whose name I don't quite remember at the moment.
To be honest, I don't either, to be honest.
You really don't, not right now.
Let me check my
Oh, definitely not right now.
notes.
But it's definitely home in a treetop village in the Feywild. And you smell the smoke rising out of one of the chimneys in your home bakery.
Yeah.
And you look into the kitchens and you see these delicious cinnamon rolls and savory pies being made. And you float down right into the oven, and you have a little fork and you slice into one and you take a bite. And it's absolutely incredible. And then you kind of crawl your way out of the oven and walk through as your family rushes around doing the dishes, figuring out bits and bobs. And you look out, you exit the bakery and you look out over the treetops, and again your vision zooms forward through the Feywild, which is where you currently are. And this whole time you're seeing these weird purple lightning bolts and blue lightning bolts and glowing chaotic magic. And you feel this connection to the weave that you fold around your bardic spells. So you're familiar with the feeling of magic, but you feel that this presence of magic in the Feywild is suddenly a lot more volatile and more powerful than it has been before. You feel like you could cast one of your spells now and it would multiply it in some way and make it stronger than ever. And as you're sensing this and continuing to float through, you just see this dark cloud coming towards you on all sides, covering up the entire horizon. This cloud of flashing lights and flashing purple lightning, and it's gaining and it's circling around you, and it looks like the smoke monster from Lost, and it's circling around you, and it's surrounding your home village, and you start to scream.
No!
And you shoot back into space, and in an instant you're sucked back down into your body, and you see Havalar and Vestenir struggling to get back over solid ground. Vestenir, make a wisdom make a wisdom saving throw for me real quick.
Oh phew, okay, that's a 7 out of 1. 15.
Okay. You two are like over the deepest part of the valley by now. You're about like 40 feet away from the little meadow cliff that you were at.
I'm an idiot. Why did I do this? Of course. Why did I take drugs? I tried to help my family. What's wrong with me? Why did I take drugs? That's all he's thinking
and
now.
You think that's in your head, but you're saying that out loud.
Yeah.
And
Vestenir, get it together. Why did you do this? Why did you trust these people?
And Havalar, you're hearing it in slow motion, and just waving your feet, trying to like doggy paddle your way back to the shore. But Vestenir, with that's a good wisdom save, and you manage to actually realize that you have some control of your levitation, and you just float your way back over.
Get it together, Vestenir. Get it together. You could do this. You got this, Vestenir. Once again, fixing it in his head.
You reach just over the meadow, and Havalar, you're about 2 feet down, 2 feet off the ground. Do you let go? Or do you hold tight?
I'm 2 feet off the ground. I think the grass below me looks really fabulous and like luxurious. Like I want to roll around in it, and I would probably bounce. Okay. So I think I just drop.
You drop, you fall with a small thud into the soft grass. You don't bounce, but it's very comfortable here. And Vestenir, you are now somewhat in control of where you're levitating to. And Mumps, you have basically just woken up to see your two friends back here. And you, for some reason, are the only one that's acutely aware that it has been 30 minutes since you guys started tripping, I guess.
High up in the sky, would I have been able to see the location of the castle?
Make a perception check. You can still float, so...
Imagine he would like try to float up. Now he's like in control. He would try to float high and be like, "All right, maybe these people might be kind of crazy hippies. Maybe I could just do this myself if I just find the dang castle."
Sure.
Oh, all right. That's gonna be a 22.
Oh wow. Yes, you do see the location of the castle. You do realize that you are still talking out loud.
Yes.
But yeah, you see not only the location of the castle, but the path is pretty clear to reach it.
Okay.
From this place in the meadow.
Makes a mental note of where it is and kind of floats back down. Kind of enjoying floating like 1 foot above the grass. Still in the same, legs up position. The lotus, I think, position is what it's called.
Sure. And what do you guys do?
Note for Alan, best trip ever / shortest trip ever. Needs work.
And I'm just laying in the grass, just kind of like rolling around in it for a minute. And Vestenir is floating near me?
Yeah. I would say at this point he's kind of floating near the ground. He's not touching the ground because he's still kind of, enjoying being in the sky.
Yeah.
And in fact, he might even say that out loud, like, "Oh, this is actually kind of pleasant." In fact, the thing didn't even taste that bad. Once again, thinking it's all in his head.
Yeah.
It actually tasted quite lovely. I wonder what that could have been. Definitely was not a mushroom.
as far as your mental states go, that's basically all that's happening to Vesenir is just a lack of awareness of internal versus external,
Which is totally something that he
thoughts.
is not used to whatsoever. He's very much keeping in his thoughts, so he's not even aware of what it feels like to, do this.
And Havalar, I guess you feel mostly just drunk, like your mental state is behind, but you're realizing that your actual reflexes and your physical senses are enhanced at the moment. Like you feel like you could run faster than ever or react faster than ever, if nothing else. Almost like a spidey sense is unlocked at this time.
Right. In that case, I get up and I say, "You guys, I feel like I can run faster than ever," and I run around the meadow
Okay.
a couple times. Am I actually running faster?
He's running quite fast, but I don't think I would ever tell her that. No.
No, Howler is speedy, but that's about average. That's not anything special.
It's
don't
about
don't tell her;
average.
she'll get her feelings hurt.
Oh, I see.
It's
Wait, you
about
can hear
average,
me?
But you are. It's about average, but you are. Basically, you start parkouring almost on the little rocks and the little
Parkour, parkour.
trees, and you, as you do these jumps, you really are feeling like you're going in slow motion and like swinging on things and performing acrobatic stunts that you wouldn't normally have the confidence to pull off, and you're doing them quite well.
But she's not like Michael Scotting it, where it's like, okay.
She doesn't have, yeah, right. She doesn't have muscle that wasn't there before, but you do feel more responsive physically. Heightened reflexes.
So I do that for a while.
Okay.
Well, that looks fun. Once again, I would never tell them this though.
And Mumps, you, after having that weird experience, are actually completely sober, completely present.
Eh.
Eh.
Since I'm still in that like just chilling there mode, I'm gonna use a cantrip mage hand to just make a hand and go, Havalar, come on, Havalar, wake up, snap out of it, Havalar. Just letting the little mage hand like kind of pat her because it can't really like do any damage. Not that kind of hand.
I think
You
can
see
it.
Vesenir for the first time crack a smile.
Oh man. I can see it. You said, Jake,
Yeah. Mage
The little
hand's
hand?
a visible little spectral hand thing.
trying to swat it. Mumps, you're preventing my joy. What are you? Get out of here.
Howler, I'm not trying to kill your vibe or nothing, but I think you're coming down. You're gonna hurt yourself if you keep doing that. So I'm just looking out for your best interest, and I just need you to like come back here, and we can have a little huddle, a little post trip chat, because I think we got some stuff to talk about.
Fine. And so Havalar stops parkouring and experiencing exuberant joy and walks over to the group. Now, how's everybody feeling?
Enlightened.
Has the unable to separate thing worn off, or is he still under that effect?
It's about 50-50.
Okay, so I'll say he kind of keeps something to himself, but he I'll say that as Havalar is trying to bat away the hand and just kind of being really unsuccessful with the mage thing, you see how Vesenir first crack a smile and then actually kind of laugh. And as he realizes he's laughing, he tries to stop laughing, which of course causes him to laugh more. And by the end of it, he ends up falling on the floor, kind of trying not to lose his cool, but clearly that's already out of the bag.
Now, are you actually on the floor or are you in air on the floor?
I would imagine like the reaction would be like ha ha, but then he's still kind of like floating a bit, but it's like he's kind of rolling back and forth.
Yeah.
Almost like
Just kind of spiraling around.
Yeah.
And is Vesenir laughing? Can I tell?
Yes. Which he hates. He doesn't want you to know, but at this point
It's painful. Vesenir, tell us you're all right. Did the drugs do bad things?
No, I do believe I am quite all right. You were true in your word, and that this was a safe space to be.
The universe. The universe took care of you.
He nods, actually familiar with this feeling, this feeling of being connected one with the universe, and nods familiarly.
And I do believe that after this test of honor, where you did drugs with strangers, you will do that, am I right? That we can go ahead and tell you that we live at Castle Viahara. And we can take you there. Mumps? I didn't really consult with you. I just kind of made a decision.
No, yeah, you
So-
really just you really did make an executive decision there. But you know what? I think I think that was going to be the end result anyway. But something really pressing, we are probably going to talk about. But let's get the happy news first out first.
Well, normally I wouldn't be so trusting of strangers, but after this experience, I can't see any fathomable reason why you would lie to me. So, yes, I will take you up on your offer to help my clan and take me to the castle Viahara.
Excellent. Now, Mumps, what is it? Tell us your thing.
I think the Earth may be flat.
Wow, your friend really is an idiot, isn't he?
He is quite small in many ways, including intelligence.
Okay, that was uncalled for. I was shown a vision from on high of the world being flattened and then going to the second world, and it was flat, and there were purple thunderbolts coming at it. And then, we made a quick stop at my family bakery, and then we went to another flat Earth, the third layer.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Earth may be hollow.
Yeah. That does sound scary, Mumps. That sounds. So, did you take notes for Ellen that this one wasn't
I did.
no good? It's a
I
bad
did.
trip.
Oh, it's the most lucid trip I've ever had. It really felt like I was there. I felt like I was supposed to probably be taking more notes. It felt really important, and there were probably signs there that I should have been paying attention to. It was like that. I got that kind of feeling that there was a cosmic Whoopi Goldberg, and she was going, "You in danger, Mumps," that kind of thing.
He looks to Havalar, unfamiliar with the reference.
I think it's still the drugs. It's the drugs. I wouldn't. He's saying the Earth is flat. We all know that it's on the back of a turtle. It's not.
We all know.
Anyway. Yes, Mumps, that sounds very. I'm so glad you had a good trip. Tell us more about it on the walk to Castle Viahara.
Okay.
All right. You guys head off. It's probably only about 4 or 5 more hours to reach the castle.
While the drugs wear off, Vesper
Oh.
kind of moonwalks, kind of taking extra, and then it slowly slows down and goes back to Earth as the drugs wear off.
Little by little, yes. And the sun is going to set as you guys travel. I think everybody tends to keep a little bit quiet after this experience because it's just been, I guess, mostly relaxing as things are wearing down.
I would also say that Vess is definitely a bit embarrassed. He would never ever laugh in front of strangers or, really reveal that much of himself. So at this point, he's kind of where you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said any of that stuff. After you have that deep conversation with someone, just kind of embarrassed and quiet.
Right. So when you, I'm trying to think where we should end this one. When you guys reach the castle, Vesemir is actually welcomed at the door by the guards who seem to have been expecting him. He sent word ahead and he's en route. And they take him up into a secret meeting that Havalar apparently is not privy to.
Wait. Okay, continue.
Well, do you have an objection?
Well, how does this take place? It doesn't happen. I mean, the guards, they know you. They know you. I say to Vesemir.
Yeah, some of them don't even know my name yet, and I've been here for like a long time.
I would only hope the best from the guards at Castle Viahar. After all, I am Vaelette's cousin.
And
I let it pass because I'm confused, and I guess we continue inside. But how does the secret meeting get revealed? Is it in front of me?
Well, basically, Vesemir is rushed off right away to
rushed off
to say whatever it is that he's supposed to be saying.
Oh, Havalar, I forgot to tell you, there's totally like a not secret meeting I have to go do catering for because I'm the like entertainment planner around here. But don't worry, the meeting is like totally not top secret, not anything that you need to worry your pretty little head about. But I have to go make a fruit salad, so excuse me.
Mumps, what? And can I stop him? I want to stop him. Wait, no. What,
you can try.
Is all of this happening like right at the same time?
Is all this happening at the same time? Basically, you guys are greeted. Vesemir is greeted. They're like, "Come on, Vesemir." The queen and her chief advisor, who is the former king, are waiting for you, and they would tell you, Havalar, that Vesemir has requested private counsel with the Valanaires, and not to worry because we're going to take Vesemir's weapons before they come in, and it should be all good. There shouldn't be a murder.
I implemented those policies, just so you know.
He hands over his staff and his scimitar. I mean, his scimitar. But as they reach for the sickle, he I would say he would try to object to that. What would be the reaction of the guards to that?
Havalar, what would be the reaction of the guards to that?
That's true, you are the...
Because you're there as
no
Vesemir
exceptions.
Taking the
I'm watching the guards perform their duties with my arms crossed because now I'm salty. So
I got Durban.
Does Vesemir say that? No, Vesemir doesn't know about Durban.
No, he doesn't know Durban. But I just because the reason why is I don't know. I don't want to interrupt the story.
Yeah.
But...
So Havalar says we're gonna need that sickle.
We're gonna need that sickle.
No one.
And I wait.
No one. And he pauses and after a moment says through gritted teeth, "No one but a Valanaire may have their hands on the moon sickle."
That may have been what it used to be. But here at Castle Viahara, things are done different now. Guards?
May I offer a middle ground? Perhaps if you don't want them to take the sickle, and you, Havalar, don't want the sickle in the room, perhaps we can put the sickle in the pocket dimension while we wait.
He looks to Mumps, looks to Havalar, and says, "I would be amenable to that."
Havalar
All right,
nods.
Go ahead and call Fiona Kitty and have Fiona Kitty put it in the pocket dimension.
So is Fiona Kitty with me? Because I keep her in my Pokeball.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that Pokeball.
Unless she's just running around somewhere.
No, I think she's with me this time.
Yeah.
And I wear the Pokeball on it's a medallion on a chain. And so I open the Pokeball and out pops Fiona Kitty. She's really happy to see everybody.
She's psyched.
And
Fiona
she's super
Kitty
psyched.
is now something just over 6 months old, and so she's tall enough to definitely knock Mumps over. She jumps up and she gives kisses like crazy. She's the most loving little puppy.
This is my favorite part when she knocks over Mumps. Watch. Go on now, Fiona Kitty. Get him.
Oh my
You
god.
can tell that Vessier doesn't like want to laugh in front of like the guards, but you can tell he's kind of like.
And then I lock it up, and there's no more laughing. And how do we put the sickle in the? What do you? How? What? Remind me how that works with Fiona Kitty.
So let's say that if you're pressing the button part of the amulet or the Pokeball to the object or creature, then that is what the Pokeball will envelop and create a pocket space for.
Okay. So then I take the amulet.
And it will have to touch the sickle with the amulet, and then the amulet will be transferred to a nice wide doggy runaround meadow where it will stay for the duration.
That sounds pleasant.
I hold it up and I nod at Vesinir, indicating I want him to touch the medallion or the moon. What is it?
Moonsicle.
Scythe? Moonsicle.
And I think I've been calling it a scythe a couple times. So, but yeah, so he hesitates for a moment, and then knowing that this is what he has to do to save his clan, touches the sickle to the Pokeball.
And I take it away and I put it on my neck.
So they head into a silenced room. The windows, you can actually still look through the windows, Havalar, and see them talking in there. But
I do that
silent.
100%.
And as part of the silencing of the room, there are these blurred mouths that go over everybody, like censored mouths, and even facial expressions, so you can't see if they're happy or sad. And I think we'll end the episode with all of you eavesdropping on the three blurry figures inside the palace room at Castle Viahara as Vesinir says whatever important business has granted her audience with the Queen of Viahara.
His audience.
Yes, his audience.
Is that the Pokeball?
So
you drop it, the sickle goes flying down the stairs.
Vesinir is completely unaware. Kitty runs by, grabs her teeth, runs off with it. Like
Fiona Kitty. No. Fiona Kitty.
The sacred artifact. Would the time in the meadow count as a short rest?
Yes, we could.
Right.
Yeah.
I want my wild shit back. There we go.
Right. And that's where we're gonna end it for today. So we'll start our adventure again next Tuesday night. Thank you guys so much for playing. Hope you had a good time. For those of you still in the chat, we plotted out today kind of as a session 0 in which stuff would still actually happen. So yes, we advanced our adventure, but our official shit hitting the fan moment is probably going to be next Tuesday. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. That's pretty big for me. I got X'd out of a meeting that I feel I should have been a part of.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I left Durbin in those stables because I forgot about him. Pretty sure he's still down in town.
How are we going to get Durbin back?
Uh-oh.
You guys have to have a regular who's like, they forgot Durbin again, and they just walk
Send
him
a
up
messenger.
to the castle.
It's fine.
Durbin.
But now that he's so judgy,
that's where
Village the castle.
We cut to Durbin walking up the mountain. He's got like hair curlers in, and he's just like,
oh wow, that's impressive.
And that's the end of episode 1 of season 1 of season 4 of the live season of
Movie next.
Of Lost is almost how I finished that. Of Lost. Thank you guys so much for playing, and
Only on ABC.
Thank you so much for all the follows in the chat and for watching our show. And we'll see you next week for some adventure. And
See you next week.
We'll see what's going on in the other pancake dimensions.
Turtles all the way down.
Turtles all the way down.